Governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has pledged to collaborate with the new president of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Gabriel Idahosa, to enhance economic activities in the state. Governor Sanwo-Olu gave the assurance at the 335th anniversary and investiture gala of Idahosa at the 43rd president of LCI on Saturday in Lagos. The governor was represented by the secretary to the state government, Barrister Abimbola Saliu Hundeyin. He noted that the chamber has remained strong and committed to the lofty vision of its founding fathers, successfully making it a foremost advocacy body for the business community.
Achieved in the last 4.5 years in the area of raising the profile of Lagos as a preferred destination for both local and foreign investment is a result of our collaboration and partnership in which LCCI has played a significant role. We are committed to strengthening this relationship as I look forward to working with the new president, who I have no doubt in my mind will sustain and build upon the legacy of his predecessors. I must let you know that as a responsive and responsible government, we recognize that ensuring ease of doing business is key and pivotal to the state's economic growth and development. This is why our administration, through implementation of various reforms, prioritize the provision of a friendly and enabling environment that would support existing businesses by encouraging more local businesses and attracting more foreign direct investment into the state.
Clearly, in 135 years, the Lagos Chamber of Commerce has risen to a certain level of responsibility in this economy, of advocacy, of working with the states, the Lagos state and the federal government on major economic issues. So that tradition will remain. We will continue to engage with the Lagos state government. We will continue to engage with the federal government on all matters of policies that can improve our economy and address any concerns that the business community has. That is our mandate, and that is what we will continue to do. We also continue to expand the size and quality of the various trade fairs that we have, the Lagos International Trade Fair and the Media Technology Fair, which we call the ICTEL. These core mandates remain, and we can only work harder to achieve much greater heights across these mandates that we continuously pursue.
All right, joining us from our Lagos studio is the new president of the LCCI, Mr. Gabriel Idahosa, president and chairman of the Council of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. You're very welcome, sir. Good morning to you. Congratulations on your position at the LCCI. I want to dive right into matters of concern that you mentioned in that clip that we just played, particularly for the business community in Lagos. The free trade zone, sir. Again, the Dangote refinery and that shipment coming in. Well, what do you make of that development, sir?
Well, thank you. That development has been long awaited. It's a sign, the beginning of self-sufficiency for Nigeria in the production of what the industry call white products, the refined white products. It's very heartwarming. It's reassuring that many years of investment into the largest facility of its kind in the world is now ready to do business. There are various ramifications from being able to produce and reduce the costs to being able to get the product much faster. So instead of vessels spending 3 months or 3 weeks, wherever they are coming from any part of the world, for the products to arrive in Nigeria, trucks can just drive through the refinery and collect the products. And of course, the massive jobs to be created. There are so many positives about it that it will take a long time to list all of them. But it's extremely good news that at the end of the day, the project of this size is a business. And we look forward to it growing very quickly and being able to reach its full capacity of 650,000 barrels per day.
Fantastic. So that's the good news in the oil and gas sector. I want to get to the bad news in consumer goods. Procter & Gamble dissolving its operations in Nigeria. Again, I have to throw all these major developments to you as the new president of the LCCI, because they have a presence also here in Lagos as well. What was your reaction to that development?
Well, the initial reaction is that yes, it's not too good news. It's not good news where any business of any size stops production because of these any issues. So certainly it's a wake-up call to everyone to say, what do we need to do better? A lot of effort is being done to improve the operating environment, but there are still many issues at various levels. We have to look at all the levels, not just the federal government when we are talking of operating environment or ease of doing business or policies that affect these kind of decisions. There's the federal level, there's the state level, there's the local government level, and then there are the communities around, the host communities around where any business is done. So this decision is a wake-up call for everyone in that space to say, what can we do better to get businesses to remain where they are and prosper? The other side of the story, of course, is not emphasized, which is for P&G itself. What is happening to P&G worldwide? Are they closing plants across the world as well, even in their country? Are they having issues with operations even in other countries in Africa with a similar operating environment? The answers are available in the public space. So yes, some of the reasons are due to the situation in Nigeria. Some are due to just issues around the company itself and how it's trying to survive as a multinational. So from our perspective, our reaction is to say, how fast can we improve the operating environment? What are the specific issues that each party, from federal government to local government to the community, host community, can deal with to make companies, enterprises happy to remain where they are and flourish? And so it's not like it's so bad that we throw up our arms and say, it's hopeless, things are going to get worse. I think it's just a matter of identifying specific responsibilities from federal to states to local governments to communities to say, what are the things that in fact we probably haven't done well enough, or things that are extremely bad that we need to fix. That should be the appropriate reaction. Over time, some of these issues have been addressed, some of them yet to be addressed, but there's no perfect solution. All countries, all states, all communities are competing for investment. Within large countries like America and India, the states are all competing seriously for business, for locations. Within America, 50 states are competing for locations for businesses like P&G. So that competition is very intensive. So no country or local government or host committee can believe that they can really toy with their relationships with businesses that are operating where they are now. They have a choice of 55 countries and locations to move to if they see the need to move to. That is a fact. So we need to continuously look at what we are doing. What are the things we have done right? What are the things we need to do right as a country and as host communities, as states, as local governments? It will be an evolving situation all the time. There is no country in the world that has got it right. There's no country that has not lost businesses moving to another country or another state in their countries. So this is not like terribly bad news that this is the end of the world, but at the same time, the company itself has its own issues. And in Nigeria now, if you look at the products that P&G does, we have to find out, are all the other companies moving from Nigeria? So are there issues of ability to compete? Because if competition is not moving, and I am moving, why am I moving? And the others are not moving. Clearly, there are a number of companies doing that same product that P&G produce, and they are doing extremely well, and they are still here. And as we speak, new companies are being established, and new factories are being opened in Nigeria. So in the whole of the dynamics, we have to take the good and the bad news. Businesses are coming, they see the opportunities in Nigeria. Some businesses have to move because they feel it's no more okay to do business here.
Fantastic. Thank you. So what's going to be your focus as the new president of the LCCI? Is it dialogue with government? What are you going to be, aiming for?
Essentially, we are always focused on first public policy advocacy. That was the mandate of LCCI all the way from 1888, where this organization started. So we will be focused on general policy environment issues that affect the private sector. Within that big space, one of the perhaps top on our agenda for policy and engagement is power supply in Lagos State. With the new changes in law, every state now takes and has responsibility for production, distribution, and in fact generation of electricity. And Lagos State has a Lagos State electricity policy. So for us, that is the very top of our engagement in the short term. So working with the Lagos State government, pull together a Lagos State universal power access network of shareholders or stakeholders who can quickly fast-track access to power for every resident or commercial enterprise in Lagos. We believe that that is fundamental to everything else. For Lagos to continue to be or grow to be one of the top 5, top 6 economies in Africa, if it were a state, for that to keep happening, you've got to deal with the power situation. And all the opportunity to do so is there. So that will be our first focus. Going down after that is the engagement with the state on core areas like what we are describing as the big wheels to move the economy. The Lekki airport, the Lekki Convention Center project, which the government of Lagos State and the Lagos Chamber of Commerce are trying to develop right across the road from the Lekki International Airport. Then the other big wheels that we see that we move Lagos State forward are the Fort Mainland Bridge, for example. The Lagos International Financial Center, for which the government has just signed the executive orders. These major projects require to be accelerated, to have a lot of extra drive to get them on board. Once we start to implement these very large projects, we see Lagos evolving much faster. The pace of becoming what it is at a much higher level, where you can begin to really compare Lagos with Dubai and Hong Kong, will become much more apparent, and the message will be much louder, not just to us as Nigerians, but around the world, that Lagos is becoming pretty much the next stop. When you take off from Hong Kong and you get to Dubai, you should be coming to Lagos, because it is earning its position as the largest, the most prosperous city-state in Africa. So those are the ideas around policy engagement and advocacy that we will be looking at. Across that, we are looking at the core drivers of the fastest drivers of the Nigerian economy. We are looking at information and communications technology. We are looking at the creative and entertainment industry. And we are looking at the SMEs as core groups within. We have 26 sectorial groups in the chamber, but we want to put a little more energy in these 3 groups to see that we drive all the opportunities that are available in these industries, not just among our members, but the 30 million, between 20 and 30 million people in Lagos. And we already know what the state Lagos is doing. The Lagos State Development Plan 52, and that plan, we were part of the engagement for the Lagos State Development Plan. And we want to mobilize all our members to participate in that plan, to see what roles our members can play, and how, for the mutual benefit of government and the people of Lagos State, the chamber can fast-track the achievement of some of those elements of the plan. So this is a general picture of what we will be driving in the next couple of months.
That's a full plate. You've got a lot ahead of you, sir. Congratulations again, Mr. Gabriel Idahosa, President of the Council, President of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Thank you so much for joining us.